I'd like to call the July 8th, 2019 Redevelopment Commission to order. Roll call.
Chairman Mel Davis.
Here.
Vice Chairman Randy Abner.
Here.
Secretary Kevin Schaefer.
Here.
Owen Cross.
Here.
Paul Seymour Sr.
Present.
Lawrenceburg School Board Member Brian Johnson absent. City Attorney is represented by Zach Anderson.
Here.
And myself.
Did everyone have a chance to review the minutes from the last meeting? If so, I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Any announcements, Mr. Westmore?
I have none.
Okay. Financial report?
Financial report as of July 1st, 2019. Funds on balance $2,583,803.71. Balance after committed projects $1,494,308.61.
Any questions? New business?
All right, as usual, in front of you, you will see the Main Street Redevelopment Commission grant program. One specific request I am asking for tonight is the residential paint and facade account is nearly depleted, and I would recommend that we add another $25,000 to that account for the remainder of 2019.
I'll make that motion and we do that.
Any questions from the board? Second? Is there a second?
I will second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Who is the second on that, please? Thank you. Just one note, in addition to that, there, just as a reminder, the residential paint and facade program is owner-occupied residence within the corporate boundaries of the city of Lawrenceburg. Those grants are up to $5,000, so if a owner would invest the highest amount of $2,500, we match that with $5,000 to fund up the project up to $7,500. Just as a reminder to all.
Thanks, Brian. Old business, Main Street update, other than what you just talked about?
I'm sorry, I just did that under new business.
Okay, that's all right. 124 Short Street agreement, which is the fire station, the old fire station.
Okay, I have some good news and some bad news. Would you like to hear the good news first? The good news is we have reached an agreement. We had a lengthy conversation last week. We agreed in totality on all the elements of the contract. However, Mr. Smart has not had the opportunity to complete the final version of that contract. So not having that in hand, I am willing to make a recommendation that the board give me authority to sign once I have reviewed the final changes that were discussed last week. I will tell you that the contract is fundamentally the same as everything we've discussed. It's a 5-year land sale, and there was some lengthy discussion about the land contract and how that language would work and how does it protect both parties and both parties do agree that there's protection for both the city and Rezo in that land sale, land contract wording. Darren Harris from Hebron Grill is still the restaurateur. We pretty much withdrew all limitations based on hours and operations. And I don't know there was anything else that the board had weighed in on too heavily, but everything that we talked about is in order as we have been talking about. I will tell the board, in addition to, if they were to authorize me to sign that once we have reviewed, to make sure that those changes are actually, we can't sign the document, it's not here anyway, so that's irrelevant. But the board does have another opportunity, because we will have to approve the final engineering drawings prior to their submittal for state release. And that would include, and you will see renderings along the way, but that would include what does the outside look like, how big is it, and how does it fit up against our park in the alleyway there. I think that's really the only major concern that we would have. I don't think we care what side of the restrooms are on and the stove. Inside is the build out for the restaurateur. I think our major concern would be, what does that exterior facade look like as it relates to where the park is.
Does that have to be reviewed, Brian, by the Historical Society?
Yeah, they will have to go through all the proper permitting and Historical Society, and and we've seen a rendering of the outdoor patio seating area. I think after talking to Mike a little bit, there is some discussion about completing that as a two-story structure, which was part of the second phase that we discussed a long time ago. But while we're getting into the the nitty-gritty of design, it may make some sense to continue that up to the second story level for future use. So, but again, we will have the opportunity to review those sketches and or renderings up to the point of final submittal to the state for state design. So you'll have another chance to look at it.
I'll accept a motion to let Mr. Messmore sign the agreement once he's had a chance to review all the changes that were made. The changes that I understand were what we discussed, including no limitation on hours of operation. So I'm open for a motion.
So moved.
Moved. Any questions? Second?
I do. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Excuse me, who was the second on that? Sorry, I'm trying to keep up.
The any changes? House agreement, Brian?
No, if I may ask, Mike, was Anthony planning on attending?
It was not based
Okay.
on my conversation, but I
Fair
talked to him about the second one. He didn't know anything
Okay.
about that. So.
All right, so thank you, Mike. I just, in case he was planning on attending, I would let him. Okay, the last I talked to Anthony, he has not received anything formally from Mr. Stroud. So that being said, we can take no further action, and I would recommend tabling the row house this evening. We have not received anything from Mr. Stroud.
I'll accept a motion to table.
I'll make the motion that we table that.
Any questions?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any other old business?
No, not unless there's any questions about anything else.
Has everyone had a chance to approve the claims? I'll accept a motion to approve the claims.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second his motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any comments from the audience? Seeing none, I'll accept a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded to adjourn. All in favor? Opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you all.
Second.